The pilots at Ryanair have mutinied against their pay and working conditions, and I would like to congratulate them for having done so. The men and women who fly the Ryanair planes, work to a Ryanair schedule and wear Ryanair uniforms operate under the fiction that they are actually self-employed. This is social dumping by Ryanair on a grand scale. Sick pay, holiday pay, zero-hour contracts, a scandal in relation to each one of them. Minister, this summer, the Revenue, the Department of Social Protection and the WRC organised a joint raid on a building site at Dolphins Barn to combat bogus self-employment. Rightly so. Why has this not been done with Ryanair? I put it to you, Minister, it's because this company is protected. It's protected by the establishment that fits it, by the parties that invite Michael O'Leary to their think-ins, by the governments that hold up Ryanair as a glittering symbol and shining example of neoliberal capitalism. Now, Minister, I have two questions for you. First of all, do you not feel that that symbol is somewhat tarnished by the events of the last few weeks? And what do you say to the proposal that I put to you, that the state has in reality turned a blind eye to Ryanair's social dumping and therefore are actually part of the problem here? And what are you going to do to change that?
1 minute.
Ryanair is not only a non-union company, it is an explicitly anti-union company. It is run like a corporate dictatorship. Any worker who stood up and announced that they planned to try and unionise his or her fellow workers would face immediate sacking in Ryanair. Now, the absence of trade union organisation, I put it to you, is part of the problem here. The absence of trade union rights is part of the problem here. If trade unions existed in Ryanair, there would be better wages, there would be better conditions, and perhaps this crisis might have been averted. I hope that part of the legacy of this dispute is that Ryanair pilots win trade union rights and recognition, and not just pilots, cabin crew, baggage handlers and other staff as well. So, Minister, my question to you is this. Have you any comment to make about the question of trade union rights for Ryanair pilots? And are you willing to meet the Irish Airline Pilots Association to discuss Section 32, to discuss the Section 32 examination of the IAA, in other words, issues relating to public safety arising from the way that Ryanair operate?